Shall I start, madam? Can I start, madam? Can I audible?
माधवी मैम, माधवी मैम,
Hello.
माधवी मैम,
Am I
turn
audible,
your
madam?
face towards light.
Hello.
Yes, madam.
माधवी मैम, turn your face towards light.
Hi. Hello,
पीछे से
Vibha
जो
madam.
लाइट आ रही है उस पे कर्टेन डाल दीजिए। हाँ,
Okay.
हाँ,
Okay.
उस पे कर्टेन। ठीक हो गया।
Okay, madam. Hello. Can I start? Hello. Can I start? Hello. Hello.
यस मैम, आवाज आ रही है मैम आपकी?
Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Hello.
Am I audible?
Yes ma'am.
Yes,
Yes
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I start?
Yes, please.
Good evening to one and all present here. Good evening, our resource. Good evening, resource person Dr. Deepak Agrawal, all the participants from various institutions. I, Dr. Madhvi Gowda, Assistant Professor of Zoology, Sant Sitaram Girls College, Bhopal, feel privileged for the opportunity to welcome our today's speaker, Dr. Deepak Agrawal, Director, Shri Siddharth Institute of Business Management, on the 8th day of 10 days training program and workshop on a step-by-step guide to write a good research paper. The theme of the 8th day of the workshop is compiling references and bibliography. I am introducing today's resource person, Dr. Deepak Agrawal. He is doctorate in financial management. He initiated his career as finance manager in public limited company, looking towards public issue management and project financing. He has 22 years of teaching experience. He has served in various institutions in administrative positions. He had published 29 research papers in international and national journals, in which 4 are in Scopus journal. He has presented 16 papers in international and national conferences. He had also published a book. He had developed curriculum for finance in Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya, MBA programming as committee member. He is resource person for various skill development programs at MSME, MDP, and FDPs. He is resource person for academic learning towards quality research, with RFI. He is mentor for Mahatma Gandhi Rural Education and Development Program. He also received Certificate of Excellence from Shri Agrasen Club awarded by Mayors of Indore in 2014. He has facilitated for PhD at Prestige Institute of Management and Research in International Conference. Once again, sir, I welcome you to enlighten your words. Hello. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible, ma'am.
Madam, can I repeat again?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, you were audible.
I am audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, okay. So I can start again?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay, okay. Good evening, everyone. Today's resource person, Dr. Deepak Agrawal, all the participants from various institutes. I, Dr. Madhvi Gaur, Assistant Professor of Zoology, Sant Hirdaram Girls College, Bhopal, feel privileged for this opportunity to welcome our today's speaker, Dr. Deepak Agrawal, Director, Shri Siddharth Institute of Business Management. On 8th day of 10 days training program and workshop on step-by-step guide to write a good research paper. The theme of the 8th day of the workshop is compiling references and bibliography. I am introducing today's resource person, Dr. Deepak Agrawal. He is doctorate in financial management. He has initiated his career as finance manager in public limited company looking towards public issue management and project financing. He had 22 years of teaching experience. He has served in various institutions in administrative positions. He has published 29 research papers in international and national journals, in which 4 are in his Scopus journal. He had presented 16 papers in international and national conferences. He had also published a book. He had also developed curriculum for finance in Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya, MBA programming as committee member. He is resource persons for various skill development programs at MSME, MDP and FDPs. He is resource person for academic learning towards quality research with RFI. He is mentor for Mahatma Gandhi Rural Education and Development Program. He is also received Certificate of Excellence from Shri Agrasen Club awarded by Mayors of Indore in 2014. He is facilitated for PhD at Prestige Institute of Management in International Research Conference. Hearty welcome you, sir.
Ma'am, I'm not able to hear anything. Is anyone talking? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Ma'am, is anyone
Hello.
talking? Is anyone talking? Nobody is audible now.
Nobody is audible, madam.
Okay, no one is talking. Fine. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Respected organizers, I request all the participants are waiting for the session. Please confirm us if either session is there or is there any technical issue.
Sir, also kindly share us the PPT, sir. Every day we are asking it. Hello? Hello? Yeah, kindly share us the PPT, sir. Every day we are requesting for it and I've not received anything. So when I can
Sir,
expect,
please
sir?
be clear about it. If you are going to send us PPTs or you are not going, because I had a conversation with your seniors and उन्होंने ऐसा शायद बोला था कि they are not allowed to send PPTs. So just confirm if you are going to give us PPTs or you are not going to give us PPTs.
जी sir. Yes sir. जी sir. Sir, can I repeat again? हेलो जी सर। ओके सर, ओके सर, ओके सर। हेलो सर जी सर। ओके सर, ओके। गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन। Hearty welcome to our resource person, Dr. Deepak Agrawal, Director, SSIM, and all the participants from the various institutions. I, Dr. Madhvi Gaur, Assistant Professor of Zoology, Santhirtharam Girls College, Bhopal, feel privileged for this opportunity to welcome our today's speaker, Dr. Deepak Agrawal, Director, Shri Siddharth Institute of Business Management, on the 8th day of 10 days training program and workshop on a step-by-step guide to write a good research paper. The theme of the 8th day of the workshop is compiling reference and bibliography.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. May I
Yes,
continue?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, 1 minute, I am receiving a call from one of the RFI member. Yes, ma'am.
On 8th day of 10 days training program, a workshop on a step-by-step guide to write a good research paper. The theme of the 8th day of the workshop is compiling references and bibliography. I am introducing today's resource person, Dr. Deepak Agrawal, sir. He is doctorate in financial management. He initiated his career as finance manager in public limited company, looking towards public issue management and project financing. He has 22 years of teaching experience. He served in various institutions in administrative positions. He had published 29 research papers in international and national journals. He has presented 16 papers in international and national conferences. He had also published a book. He had also developed curriculum for finance in Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya, MBA programming as committee member. He is resource person for skill development at MSME, MDP and FDPs. He is resource person for academic learning towards quality research with RFI. He is mentor for Mahatma Gandhi Rural Education and Development Program. He also received Certificate of Excellence from Shri Agsen Club, awarded by Mayors of Indore in 2014. He is facilitated for PhD as prestigious Institute of Management and Research in International Conference. I heartily welcome you, sir, once again for your enlighten your words.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I will just like an update over here. My present affiliation is now related to Lal Bahadur Shastri Institute of Management, Indore. This is a major change. Thank you so much for once again inviting
I am sorry,
me.
sir.
No issues, ma'am. I once again provide my sincere thanks to Dr. Ashok sir, Saurabh sir, Ajay sir, and whole of the team of RFI. So in this present 10 days workshop, we are at nearby the last stage of closing it off, and I hope that you all are been largely benefited related to the research paper writing. Now, just before proceeding further, the one of the important element what I understood and learned, that writing the review, or if I say writing the references, is always been avoided, or it is to be considered as in a very light manner. I hope most of you does not agree with my statement. Okay, yes, it should not be. Although we consider that writing a referencing is nothing, simply copying the material or the reference from another website and just putting and pasting to a paper, no, that is not required nowadays, because it comes under the category of the plagiarism. We have a separate session on the plagiarism, so I'm not going to talk much upon it. But to the very short extent, plagiarism is nothing. It is simply the copying other work and mentioning our own name so that it is considered that it as our own work. The question may comes to our mind that if we are talking about references, then why the plagiarism has been there? Definitely, plagiarism is much more important to us, which leads to provide the proper acknowledgement to the sources from where we have taken up the material. And in that case, the importance of citation and references comes upon. So for the today's session, we are going to discuss that is compiling the references and the bibliography. Just before proceeding, let us go through how to avoid plagiarism. So when we taken up the material, maybe in the form of like phrases, chart, diagrams, tables, photographic material, theories, steps, quotations, in that case, it is necessary to acknowledge the source from where we have acquired those contents. Secondly, even if we put someone ideas in our own words, you must credit the source of those ideas. So simply paraphrasing the words itself is not sufficient. Even then, the original source, the credit must be given to them. Carefully document and record every single source you read and use. Manage your sources by various available referencing management tools. So we are going to discuss this point in the later part of our presentation. Even when you copy and paste the material from the internet, you must also copy the web link, and it should be properly documented on which date you have copied that link, because it might be possible that link may not be available in the near future. So for that, we need to provide the date of access. Even when we copy the material from the various electronic books, journal articles, theses, dissertations, then also we must record the full source along with the URL and the date of access. So this is what somewhat is related with the plagiarism. And to overcome those limitations, we need to cite our material in the systematic manner. Whenever we go for the publication, just go their guidelines. Definitely when the paper is been submitted, even in conferences or maybe in some printed journal, it is necessary that your work should be within the limit of the plagiarize or the limit provided by the journal. Usually 10% is the maximum permissible limit for plagiarism. Even if you cite the material and you are copying the content as it is, then also it comes under the category of plagiarism. So proceeding to avoid plagiarism, we need to cite, we need to reference those materials. Now let us initially go that what is the citation and what does it means by referencing. So to very simple words, citation is the source or the author whose name is it provided within the content or the paper you are developing it. We will go in later description in the later slides. But when we talk about the referencing, citation only includes the name of the author and the year of publication, but the whole detail about that publication is to be produced in the form of referencing. It contains the cited author's name, the year of publication, the title of the paper, the name of the journal, textbook, or any other source, along with any web links associated with it. So I hope so that we are very clear with the concept of citations and the referencing. There are the various sources of citing and referencing the materials. We will talk a little bit more at the time of referencing. So here just I am quoting the way how to cite your source into your work. Sometimes the question may be asked that should we cite while developing the abstract? Usually it is avoided, but if you think that we must cite it, then definitely it should be there. Now, how to cite those authors? So there are the various types and procedures in terms of single author, in case of two authors, in case of multiple authors. So let us go through one by one. I hope you can see the slide, PPT. So this is one of the example. When we are talking about the single author, either you can start the sentence by using the author's surname. Avoid using the first name, that is not been considered. Even the abbreviated word first name is also to be avoided. So just like with his or her surname, you can start with the sentence like also in the bracket the year of publication, and then you can carry over with the sentence. Second way, you can even cite the author at the end of the sentence. So you can go with the second example that here we are having the sentence and in a bracket the author, comma, the year of publication, bracket close, and this is the second way to cite it. If you are initiating with the author, then there is the author name in bracket the year of publication, and if you are quoting at the end, then there will be the author's name along with the year of publication. The author is followed by the comma. There is one more way to cite the authors. In case, if you wish, you can quote the page numbers. So again, if you are quoting before starting your sentence, just like line in bracket year of publication, comma, PP. If there is more than one page, then we are going to use the word PP with dot along with the page numbers. In case of single page, you simply use the word P dot and single page number. So this is particularly referencing a citing style. I'm talking in terms of APA. There may be a slight differentiation with the other styles. Secondly, in case if you want to insert single author along with page number, so again we have the sentence, we have the author's surname, comma, the year of publication, comma, PP, that is for page numbers, along with the page number in bracket close. So you can take the screenshot if required. So this is the way of citing a single author in your work. In case of any doubts and queries, we are going to discuss in the query session. This is the second page. This is the second example regarding the citations. Again, APA style. When we are having two authors, so again we are going to use the surnames of the authors, that is Kelso and Lewis, in bracket the year of publication. The rest of the things remains the same. One more thing you need to rememberize: avoid using the abbreviations while you are quoting these citations. Normally, in the international publications, we use the full word. So don't use the abbreviated words over here. Similarly, when two authors, same process, first surname, second surname, comma, and the year of publication. In case of two authors with the page numbers, again, same, the author's name, year of publication in bracket, comma, PP, then page numbers. And finally, when you are quoting at the end, again, in bracket, two authors, along with end, comma, and page numbers. So this is how you need to quote when you are having the two authors. So the next step, we will go when we are having more than two authors. Now, when we go for the standard publications, publishers, so they are very rigid about all of these things. And they can even return back the paper if it is not found as per their standards. The next step, in case if there are more than two authors, so then we are using the word that is ETAL. ETAL means it is a Latin word that means it alia. It means and others. So here it indicates Kelso and others. There may be more than two, that means 3, 4, 5, any number of n number of authors may be there. Note it down the way of mentioning ETAL, ET space AL dot and comma. You can go through the web pages, you can learn it more, you can Google it out, so you can have more ideas about it. Rest of the things remains the same. Again, over here, the year of publication in bracket followed by sentence. Otherwise, at the end of the sentence, first author, only first author surname, ETAL, full stop, comma, and the year of publication. Similarly, when you want to insert page number, so you will have the PP and page number over here, or maybe at the end of the sentence. So remember it, if in case of more than two authors, we need to use the Latin phrase that is the et alia, that means and others. Okay. The next portion comes upon, and that is in-text citation. Once in your work, if you identify that some of the authors, they are all talking on the similar ground, so rather than quoting them separately, you can consolidate in a single format, in a single sentence, might be, or in few sentences. So there is again a definite way to quote the multiple authors who are talking on the similar grounds, and that is commonly known as the one in-text citations. Going with the sentence, the literature on underpricing in initial public offerings goes back to Ibbotson 1975 in bracket, comma. Here we have two authors, bracket 1987. Again, third author 1989. He is having two publications, effort publications. Okay. Then we have another name and then another one. it can be arranged in the chronological order. That means the year of publication, which is the earliest, will come first, and then it will proceed to the next years. So 1975, 1987, 1989, here have two because we included over here similarly. Then maybe 1989, maybe 91, anything like that. So this is the one of the way. You can have in-text citations with number of authors. Second, again, if you want to insert the page number, so simply we need to put a comma. P stands for a single page, I have already discussed, and PP for multiple pages. So this is the way you can quote the in-text citations. A note over here, electronic documents will appear same in the case of text citations, but vary when we are going for the referencing. It means if you are copying any material from the web sources, so in terms of citations, it remains the same. But when we are talking about referencing, so there is a little bit differentiation over it. Okay. Nowadays, there are various websites available which can make your work more easier. So these two examples I've quoted over here. One is the grammarly.com. This is the site which provides paraphrasing, grammar correction, then citations, referencing, and lot many things have been taken care by this site. So few free tools are available where you can use it. So this is the one of the source I have quoted over here. Secondly, the very popular one is the Mendeley. So here you need to simply quote the basic information required, just like the name of the author, year of publication, again the paper's name and other information related to it. Go with that, proceed, and it is going to generate the citation along with the references. So you can definitely use these sources to make
Sir,
your work
if we
more.
are using this, excuse me, sir, if we are using
Yeah,
this free tools, will that not
Yeah.
affect in the plagiarism, because it will have it in the repository, and when our theses are checked in the university, will that not show it in plagiarism, sir?
Ma'am, this is only providing a way for citing your work. So it doesn't come under
Okay.
the category of plagiarism.
It will not
Secondly,
come? Okay.
no, ma'am. Secondly, they claim, although they are free tools, so up to certain extent, we should be have the confidence using it. But
Okay, sir.
as such, I'm using it. I have never found any plagiarism or some type of other work being copied over by them. But then too, we need to be very precautious while inserting your contents. So
Okay, sir.
there is no issues. You can definitely use such type of contents. Other than that, I will show you, we can either use the inbuilt tool for referencing available in the MS Word itself.
Please, sir, please.
Thirdly, ma'am, you can acquire the subscription. So that will be the much better way. Just like if you go with the Mendeley or the Grammarly, they are widely used. So you can acquire the subscription maybe for a period of a month or a year. So here your data has been expected to be more protected, and it will not be misused. It has been expected, ma'am, but I can't claim.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Welcome, ma'am.
Sir, can you please explain the word plagiarism in very short?
Okay, it is simply copying the other's work and presenting that it is your own work. Just, sir, let us go through with this slide particularly. Now, this is not my work. I have copied this image from some another source. Now, I can't change it out because it is to be carried as it is. But if I claim that this is my own presentation, my own work, so it comes under this category. Now, what to do about? I need to simply provide the source from where I have taken this image. So to overcome the plagiarism, I have mentioned the site from where I have used this. So this is the one of the ways. See, when we talk about the images, quotes that can't be changed. So they can directly taken up from the source with the providing the source to it. But when you are taking up the sentences, in that case, you need to rephrase those sentences along with citing the source from where you have taken up. I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Welcome. So another things come upon, that is a footnote. Now there are again certain conditions. Footnote is very, very widely used when you are having a writing the textbook. Now what does basically footnote means? When some of the information is not so relevant in your paperwork, means in your maybe the article, in that case you can use the footnote to provide it. Or in case you want to provide somewhat additional information, that can again be provided in the form of footnote. Once again, the various referencing styles recommend it differently. So first of all, when we are talking about the citation, in very short, we are simply mentioning the name of the author along with the year of publication. And when we talk about the footnote, it is the additional information which has been provided at the end of the page. So both of it, citation and footnote, can contain the bibliographical information. I will discuss later. Now, citation is been allowed in all styles. Whatever the referencing styles, they all permit to use the citations, but particularly APA, American Psychological Association, denies the use of footnote. So again, we need to go with the author's guideline while we are submitting the paper. Read it very, very carefully. Again, international journals, they will return back to us if it is not found as per their standards. And secondly, they all uses hardcore softwares to get all the things done. In case, if we are finding it difficult, so you can just check out if you are having any licensed version available to your organization or your own university. Otherwise, free tools are available up to certain extent. And if not so, if you are in the research work, if you are pursuing your PhD, it's advisable you acquire at least 1 year subscription for it. So it will provide you many other benefits. So I hope the meaning of footnote is clear. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Clear, sir.
I will carry over with the same presentation. Fine. So extending to it, footnote is found at the bottom or the foot of the page. Footnotes can not only indicate bibliographic information, they also provide the additional information, comments of the writer. So when you want to comment on the authors, what they were talked upon, so that can also come upon in the form of footnote. So I have taken this content from one of the book which I have referred in the form of referencing at the end. So these are some footnotes they have mentioned. Okay. Now, one more thing I would like to add upon. Once we are in the process of developing the paper, we will go through the various journals, maybe online, offline. Particularly when we talk about the online journals, it is very difficult to rememberize that from where we have taken it. So what usually we can do, just we have taken up this matter and we have noted somewhere in another Word file, okay, this matter was been taken from X journal. I suggest avoid using it. Once our paper, it is in the raw format. So whatever the source from where you are carrying this material, you simply put a footnote in the referencing style in your Word file. I will show you later, and just keep it out. So it will provide a ready reckoner to all of you. And once you are at the finalization stage, because it is very easy to modify, shift, delete, and so on. And once you are at the end of the finalizing of your paper, in that case, you can remove these footnotes from here if it is not required, and thus transfer to the referencing page. But see, these are the contents which is been elaborated by the author, and that's why it has been included in the form of footnote. So yes, it all depends upon your choice, but otherwise it has been suggested you should avoid using the footnote and include only as and when it is extremely necessary. So in the initial part, we have talked upon that is citing the material. Secondly, we have learned regarding the footnote. It is a type of citing only, but it contains additional information. So this is the one way we need to proceed with our paper. Again, there may be the various way. I have talked how to cite. The one more way you can cite your material. It is just like if you want to quote the name of the author, just like over here. So simply you can have a box and you can give the serial number to it. Just like in box number 1, then next citation will be number 2, next will be number 3, and so on. Why it is there? Definitely it is saves the space. But second thing, when you are referencing it, so in that case, these references will not in the alphabetical order. It will be the as per the serial number assigned by you. Just take an hypothetical example. Suppose like over here, let me assume that it is the one of the citation. Just ignore about the footnote for time being. So here in bracket, it will be number 2. Again in bracket, it will be number 3, number 4, and so on. And at the end, at the referencing page, here number 1 will contain this information. This is the source author you need to include. Okay. Let us move to the next part, and that is the referencing and bibliography. Again, it is a questionable point. What to use? In most of the papers, you will go with the bibliography. Whenever we are going with the students' project work, so we suggest them to use the bibliography rather than referencing. So particularly when we talk about the referencing, it is the list of references you have cited in your work. That means it is assumed that you have gone with in-depth of that paper and you have originally taken up the content required by you from that particular paper. It becomes as a part of the reference. But sometimes or most of the time, some of the contents may not be very necessarily required, or it may be providing a support in the form of a background readings. In that case, we can use the word bibliography. So another thing, that bibliography can be considered as the part of the citation and may not be. I repeat my sentence. Bibliography can be considered as the part of citation. Means citation can be considered as the part of bibliography or may not be. But in terms of when we are talking about the referencing, then it is definitely which is the part of citation quoted in your work. So it's the author's choice which way they want to move upon. So as per the definition and the meaning, this is a list of sources you have been referred in your research work. So suppose I am developing a paper and I have gone through 30-40 journals or papers through that. So definitely I can use the word in the form of references. But in one of the authors, I found some more citations in his work, and I carried those citations to my work without reading those works. That means if I'm talking that I'm Mr. A and I'm referring Mr. B paper, and in B there are C, D, E, F citations mentioned over there. C, D, E, F, I have taken those sentences as it is to my work, then it must be the part of the bibliography. Actually, I have not gone inside of those papers they have published, but I have taken as a reference material for it. So in that case, rather than using the references, we should use the word bibliography. Although it can be considered as the interchangeably, so some of the journals doesn't mind if you are even using the word referencing. Again, referencing is based upon primary source, what I have stated, that originally you have gone through that paper. But here you can both have primary and secondary sources, just what example I have quoted. References are arranged either in the alphabetical order, just like in the ABCD, FG, or numerically, just I told you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But bibliography are normally arranged in the numerical order only. References includes in-text citations, that is within your research paper. And bibliography can use both in-text citations and any other reference material you are going with it. References can be used to support an argument. A bibliography fails to provide that. The very common use of referencing, that is the theses and the dissertations, and bibliography is commonly used in journal papers and the research work. So it all depends upon the author's choice which way they want to proceed. Now, the next part comes upon, that is referencing. Let me tell you, it is very, very tedious work. The time required to develop a paper, I assume it contains almost double time to have the proper referencing about it, unless and until you use some online tools to refer your work. Because all styles, we need to provide the references as per the requirement. So for that, we need to go through some of the styles available. As you can see it, these are some of the common referencing styles available. The very first one is the APA, American Psychological Association, and it is very, very commonly used in terms of psychology, education, and other social sciences paper. Even in terms of management, commerce, we can use this style. So it comes under the part of the social sciences only. I am quoting few more examples related to APA only. You can go through the respective websites of these styles to have more insight about it. Second one is the Chicago referencing style. It is used with all subjects and formats, including books, newspaper, other scholarly publications, material, and that are not intended for the publication. So Chicago style is also very commonly found, particularly in the foreign papers, mostly associated with North America and Europe. Third style is Harvard referencing style. It is generally used across many subject disciplines, and you can go through this style. Here's a web link. You can go through this style to have more insights about it. In India, most common is APA, and second is the MLA, although we may have more styles available. In terms of MLA, it is used by the researchers in arts and humanities, especially used in languages, literature, linguistic and other type of courses. So here MLA is most referred. Now, in case if you are the scholar and you are working upon your thesis, so it is advisable you consult with your guide which style you need to follow, and accordingly you should follow those styles. One more which is very, very lesser seen upon, that is the Vancouver referencing style. So it is very popular in physical science, biological sciences, health, and medicines, etc. So first thing, now we have finished off with citation. Now we have moved to the referencing. We need to identify which style we need to go, and accordingly we need to develop it. Okay. So what we have gone in citation, those things are to be reflected in references. Considering the same example, specifically I'm talking upon APA, there may be a little bit changes in any other style. So please consider it. Now, there are the different modes available for the various types of things, like maybe journal, maybe textbook, then journal in print media, print mode, in electronic mode, there may be articles, maybe audios, videos, quotations, and many other types of systems are available. So this is journal. Again, start with surname, comma. Here it will come the first name, remember it, followed by a dot, and then middle name if it is there. Just for myself, suppose I am Deepak Agrawal, so here it will be Agrawal, comma, D and dot. And if I am using the word Deepak Kumar Agrawal, so then here will be Agrawal, D, and here it comes upon K. Here is comma, dot, dot. I'm talking about the 7th referencing styles. APS has introduced the 7th style, so this is as per it. There is again little bit changes to their earlier references. It is to be followed by full stop. Then we will have the name of the paper. You can have the first sentence in the first word in the form of capital. I am missing it out over here. So again the name of the paper, full stop. Then the name of the journal where it has been published. It is in the italic format, you see, comma. Now, in terms of APA, avoid using the volume and the number. Fine. So here we are not going to use the volume 24 and number 2. That has been avoided. It's straightforward 24 in bracket, that is the addition 2, comma, and page numbers. Earlier they used to quote PP dot or P dot, but nowadays they have removed that PP word. And here we will quote the page number or the numbers to be followed by full stop. So if you have this complete information available to you, you can simply use the MS Word referencing style. They have provided the various styles and you provide the data and it will generate it for you. Even the links what I have provided as Medley, if you have taken the online source, simply copy and paste that source and that Medley will going to search and it will provide you the style as per your requirement. Again, in terms of book reference, this all remains the same. Here is the name of the book. You can see it is in the italic format. Then publisher or the publication. Some publishers call this. Anyhow, so name of the publication or the publisher is there, followed by the place where it is been published upon. In case of like Sage publication, New Delhi, so you use it as New Delhi. Then the edition, full stop, ed after ed, comma, and page numbers. So this is for book reference. So there are n number of styles available. You need to go through as per your own requirement. The next one is the electronic documents. Now, if you have accessed any online material, which we usually do, near about 90% to 100% of our work comes through the electronic documents only. So the way to refer it is just like same author's name, surname, first name, dot in bracket, full stop, the title of the paper, the name of the journal it was been published, volume, edition, and the source. Please provide the complete source. Okay. Followed by a full stop. And again, it is necessary to provide the date on which you have accessed it. It is an hypothetical example. You can use any of the word that is retrieved on, or you can use the word accessed on. And the month, date, and after that year. Now, this refers that if presently, if I go through this paper or this link, and I may not found this link over it, that means this link has been removed. So this indicates that this link was available on that particular date when we have referred this paper. So it is necessary to provide these links. Even I have not about talk upon in text citations for the tables and charts. When we are talking about the tables and charts, it will be in the form of source. I have not mentioned in my presentation. So there will be source. Again, you can simply copy and paste the whole of the things in that chart, below that chart. This is another way. Radio New Zealand dot here annual report retrieved from the source, and you need to provide the date when you have accessed it. One more commonly we can go along, and that is the DOI. So all good journals provides the DOI, that is to be known as Digital Object Identifier. So you simply quote the reference number and you can directly have an access to your paper. Rather than going and quoting all of these things, simply DOI is more than sufficient. So this is one of the examples. Again, same surname, first name, year, name of the topic, general details, page number, additions, page numbers, and DOI. So this DOI is available in your work if the journal is having that facility provided to you, provided to it. Please switch off your microphone. Thank you. Now, again, referencing in terms of two authors. The rest of the things remains the same. Here we can use this abbreviation. Abbreviation, if you don't want to use it, again you can use AND full. So here are two authors: surname, first name, middle name, and again surname, comma, first name, middle name, dot, in bracket the year of publication, dot. Earlier they used to have inverted comma, now they have removed. So the name of the paper, journal nowadays can be without italic. You can, if it is in italic, it is good. Otherwise, the simple, in the simple mode, you can proceed, and rest of the thing remains the same. So here in case of two authors, in case of three authors, same thing. First author details, second author details, third author details, and rest of the things remains the same. But what about in case of four authors, five authors, six authors? In that case, even you can have the detail about all of it. So first author, second author, third author, fourth and fifth, and sing along with that, you can have all the details about those authors. But in case, if we have more than 7 authors, so what we are going to do, we will have the list about first 6 authors only. And after that, you will include the last author details. To my example, I am considering 9 authors who have developed the paper. So you have first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, dot, 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 followed by the details about the last author, and rest of the things remains the same. And followed by date and other information, whatever it has been required. So up to 6 authors, as per APA, 7th edition, you can have the complete details about the authors. In case of more than 6, the 7th author will be the last one, more than 7, then you can ignore the name of those authors. Again, regarding book publication, the name of the author, title of the book, title of the name of the publisher, the year, and if there are multiple authors, the rest of the thing remains the same. Another example. If we want to use TV and radio materials, so this is the way it should be provided. It is particularly for media and such type of things. Normally, in terms of humanities, I don't think it is much of been required, to my knowledge. So writer's last name, first initial, middle name, as usual, writer, and director last name, first name, initial, then date, which when it was been aired, title of the episode, season number, episode number, etc. Where this was been telecast on a TV, name of the channel, in first initial, producer's last name, executive producers, TV or radio series name, and the studio where it has been published. So see, whole lot of things are been required over here. Now, when we talk about the audio and video, so there are certain standards to be followed upon. Just like in terms of audio video material, you can take the maximum 30-second clips. That is permissible. Above that, it comes under the copyright. So you need to take the written approval from the director or the producer or the owner of those information. In any case, if any one of them refuses, it is suggested avoid using it. So just sake of your learning, you please just send to one of the author, that is the corresponding author, first author, and request him to use one of the content of his or her work in your research paper. And wait for it. Let's see, they provide you the permission or not. They may even ask for subscription. They may even ask for some charges, and few may directly say no, not permitted. So just for learning purpose, definitely go with that. So here is an example. The name of the writer is here, name of the director, year, 18, season 2, episode 5. It is related with, see, it is a TV series episode. So it is mentioned over like this. In base, executive producer's name is over here. The serial name is House of Cards, and it has been published over the Netflix. So this is for TV and radio broadcast. Similar. When we talk about the film, so again you can go through the example directly. The name of the producer, first surname, first name, then director, year of publication, promoted, the name of the film, the distributor name. So this can be used while providing this. So you can, for further description, you can go with this website, sightonmachine.net. Particularly, it is meant for APA. So you can access this one also. Another one. This is for songs. Again, same thing. Song recorded by, that is the channel which has been promoting this song. And even you can provide the link for it. I know hopes that Spotify is very popular nowadays. Okay. Just let me show you somewhat more. These are the few references what I am referring, and all the image contents which has been taken, they are been originally copyrighted to their original authors. In few cases, we have not taken the permission, but assume that they have granted it, because they have been, otherwise they have been properly cited. Just allow me a few seconds. Okay. I'm sharing you another screen. So this is the one of the references I have very presently submitted to one international journal for the publication. So till now, this is the copyright material of mine. So I hope that please don't copy it unless and until it has been published upon. So you can see the referencing. They are in the alphabetical order. If I would have used numbers, so then it would be in the as per the sequence which has been quoted in the research paper. Okay. Now, one more thing I would like to share amongst all of you. You can use Grammarly. It does not only check your grammar, but it provides other solutions too. This is the free version which can be used for the MS Word, but you can go with the licensed one. You can get all the corrections and recommendations from it. Even it provides you the facility to select the language, maybe Indian English, British English, American English, or any other sources. So it is going to check the words which has been provided. Just like here, some correction has been recommended. I am simply clicking over here and it is making the correction for ourselves. Again, you can check over here. There is some spell error and it is making the correction to us. So this is how you can intensively use such type of tools. Grammarly is useful for many of the things. What I was talking, that is the referencing. Now simply I want to insert a footnote. Suppose this is my content. Let me assume that this is my content and I want to provide these details presently in the form of footnote. So yes, I can do it. Somewhere, wherever I want to put the footnote, I have done. It is ranked as number 1. And I am going to paste that link or the source over here. Okay. I am assuming that it is the in-text material presently. And I have just simply recorded over here so that I am going to use it later while I am drafting these references. So the benefit is here, as whenever you move with your pages or with your contents, so this complete information is very easily available. In a case, after some time, we will also forget the source from where we have referred those articles. So again, you need to search upon where each and every journal, some of the times it is available, sometimes not available. Then you need to access the Google Scholarly and any other sources. So this is how you can go along with this footnote. And you can quote whatever you want to provide over here. Something like this. Right? Now, what practically I am doing, I am later on, once my paper has been finalized. So I am taking all these footnotes to this page, what you are seeing over here, in that order where it was been referred. Later on, I sort it out by using the sorting tools, and they have been arranged in the alphabetical order. One more thing, please provide some space when you are moving to the second line and onwards, so that it can be two different references can very clearly classify. Another thing, so this is the one of the way. Here you can found the way of citing your material, and even you can quote your bibliography. So first of all, just determine the style you need to proceed. Now it all depends upon the version of your MS Word. If you are using the latest version or upgraded 2020, so definitely it will provide you 7th edition. I hope so. Other than that, it will provide you at least up to 6th edition. So my is 2018 APA 6th edition style. It is been provided. So you can see these are the various referencing styles available. IEEE is also there, ISO styles and many more are available. Fine. So you need to decide which one you want to go ahead. Secondly, two things you can quote over here. One is the citation. Again, it will provide the complete information to you. Or secondly, it can be used in the form of bibliography. So this is how APA is recommending how to proceed with that. So you need to maintain the complete data, just like add new source, provide the complete detail, like it is a general article or the book, then the name of the author, something, title of the paper, it will be name of the journal. This all manually you need to feed, otherwise Mendeley is there to provide everything. Year of publication, let me assume 2020, one page numbers maybe 10 and 11, and show all bibliography fields. No, sorry, ignore it. And okay. Okay, so you can see here actually it was, the cursor was over here. So see how it has been cited here. And again, for bibliography, the same data can be used. So it's all your choice through which and how which you want to proceed with. So this is from my side. We can again move to the presentation. The session is open. You can come up with your queries.
Participants, any queries or questions from sir?
Sir, can you please repeat the difference between references and bibliography once again? वैसे as you suggested कि both are used interchangeably, but still you given some differences. Can you please elaborate it in short?
Sure, sir. No problem. Let me quote one of the paper to you. Please allow me some time so I can open, so that I can open the paper, sample paper.
Sir,
I'm just
I have a
opening
question.
in the meantime, you can ask, no problem.
Yes, sir. There's something called as a Scribner's AP citation generator, sir. Is it? Can we
Sorry?
use that for referencing?
Sorry, sir, I'm not getting
APA citation.
APA?
Scribner, SCRIBRR, Scribner's APA citation generator.
Fine, sir. But I have not used it, sir.
Oh, okay, sir.
You can even tell me, I can access and I can let you know.
Yes, if you could just open that particular URL, I mean, maybe I think that will also be easy. I think so. Maybe if you had worked on it.
Fine. There are the various tools available to use. There are many easy tools are available. So see, this is one of the sample paper. It is the one of the foreign author journal, foreign journal, and abstract writing introduction. This all portion we have already discussed in the earlier sessions. So I'm not talking more upon it. So here the various sources they are referring. Like here you can see these are the authors they are quoting. Now let us move back to down. Now see, this is the referencing style which has been recommended by this journal, that is the innovation. So ultimately, we need to go with the requirement of that journal or the publisher. So here, I'm coming back to bibliography and references. Please allow me some time. So this is in the alphabetical order, and at the same time, they have even ranked it. So this is one of the way. Now, when we are talking in simple terms, reference means that we have gone through these papers which have been referred in our article. once we talk about the bibliography, it means there may be some of the contents we have referred in the form of books, journals, articles, some other sources, which we assume that is not very important to be quoted in our work. So we may have quoted in this work, or we may not have quoted in this work. So that comes under the category of bibliography. Now, if you want to use references and bibliography, so it is better avoid using the word references and better you use the bibliography because it contains both of it. So once you are very sure, use this word. Now, one more thing I would like to quote, just I am taking this sentence, definitely it should not be in the similar format. I am copying this sentence to my work. Fine. So it will not consider as the part of reference because I have not gone through what this author has been talking in his paper or authors are talking in their paper. So this will be considered as the part of bibliography rather than citation. Definitely we need to memorize that we cannot directly quote because it is an online source. So it will come when it is going with the plagiarism checker. So we need to refine and re-sentence as per our own requirement. So this is how it comes upon. Just like here they are using 4 authors, 1, 2, 3, 4. Simply they can use the ATAL, that is first author, and then ATL, the process I have talked upon. So that can be the one of the convenient way. So it all depends upon the author's requirement and the general requirements. Yes, sir. I hope I am clear.
Sir, can we say that references and bibliography can be interchangeably used? वो तो ठीक है, मतलब जैसे कि references में हम ये बोल सकते हैं कि जैसा हमने as it is copy paste किया है, that comes under references, और bibliography में हमने rephrase करके किसी statement को present किया है किसी को.
In both cases you can't directly copy paste. मैं एक बार आपको फिर क्लियर करता हूँ.
Okay.
ये जो पेपर है जिस व्यक्ति का एग्री ए मर्सी, आई हैव रेड दिस कंप्लीट पेपर, और इसमें से जो मुझे सुटेबल लगा दैट आई हैव यूज्ड इन माय पेपर. ओके, पहली बात तो ये कि आई कैन नॉट डायरेक्टली यूज एग्जैक्ट दिस वर्ड्स. ओके, मैंने क्या करा, इसके पहले बात तो सेंटेंस को एज इट इज कॉपी कर लिया इन माय पेपर. आई रीड इट अपॉन एंड आई रीफ्रेज्ड in my own words. That is most important. अगर मैं इसका सोर्स डालता भी हूँ उसके बाद भी इसको मैं देता हूँ तो प्लेगरिज्म में आएगा. ओके,
अच्छा,
तो मैंने ये पेपर पढ़ा
है.
या दैट इज डिफरेंट इशू, दैट उसके तो हमें भी बात नहीं करें, वो आप प्लेगरिज्म में और समझेंगे, है ना, कॉपीड मटेरियल ही कहलाएगा. बट मैंने इस पेपर को पढ़ा और इस पेपर में से इसको मैंने साइट करा. मर्सी जो भी ईयर ऑफ पब्लिकेशन था 2022, और आखिरी में जाके मैं इसको रेफरेंस में शो करूंगा. Once I've gone through this complete paper, so it becomes as a part of references. जैसा मैंने आपको अभी बताया कि ये कोई ऑथर थे सिंह 2004 एंड सो ऑन, मैंने उसको पेपर नहीं पढ़ा, बट मैंने यहाँ से सेंटेंस को उठाया, इसको अपने वर्ड्स में मैंने मेरे पेपर में इंक्लूड कर लिया. This exactly comes under the bibliography. Okay. Second thing, some of the information which may not be much required, तो उसको भी हम बिब्लियोग्राफी में शो कर सकते हैं. वो ये बोलते हैं कि इट मे बी द पार्ट ऑफ दिस पेपर और मे नॉट बी द पार्ट ऑफ दिस पेपर. तो बिब्लियोग्राफी इज एलोकेटेड टर्म. वंस यू आर नॉट वेरी श्योर ऑथर्स, तो इज एडवाइजेबल टू यूज द वर्ड बिब्लियोग्राफी, एंड वंस यू आर कॉन्फिडेंट यूज द वर्ड रेफरेंसेस. जैसे मैं पर्टिकुलरली पेपर्स को पढ़ता हूँ टू माई बेस्ट, 15-20 पेपर 25 पेपर जितना भी हो सकता है, तो आई यूजुअली यूज द वर्ड रेफरेंसेस. सेकंड थिंग, ये जो पब्लिकेशन, इफ आई हैव गॉन थ्रू दिस वेबसाइट, तो यार दे आर रिकमेंडिंग द यूज ऑफ द वर्ड रेफरेंसेस रादर देन बिब्लियोग्राफी. तो ठीक है, हम रेफरेंसेस वर्ड यूज कर रहे हैं. सो डोंट मच वरी अपॉन इट. रेफरेंसिंग और बिब्लियोग्राफी में कोई मेजर डिफरेंस नहीं है. इंटरचेंजेबली इट इज बीन यूज्ड. आई होप आई एम एबल टू आंसर योर क्वेरी.
ओके, ओके सर, थैंक यू सो मच.
वेलकम सर. Any other questions?
Any other question you discussed with sir?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yes, am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. Please continue.
Yeah, first of all, myself, I'm Kritika Dash. I'm a PhD scholar, and it's a very fruitful session for me. So thank you for sharing such beautiful knowledges. Actually, we're in mid of notes regarding this plagiarism and citation while writing or producing the papers like the journals. Sir, I need to know one thing. Like my subject is English, so I am basically doing a work on a particular author. So I need to show both the reference and bibliography. Do
No,
I
ma'am.
need to include both the things in my thesis?
No, nothing like that. I said either you
Okay.
can use the word references or the bibliography. It's your choice. Once we are in the thesis writing,
Okay.
you can use the word references. Once you are in the article, general writing, journal paper writing, you can use the word bibliography. So nothing like that. If you have gone through that material, you better use the word references. So please don't get
Okay,
confused
sir.
with
And
this
regarding
concept.
sir,
Pardon, ma'am?
yes, sir. Sir, one thing more I need to know. Yes, sir. One thing more I need to ask you, sir. Like, we do things like primary resources and secondary sources. So, where should we include the online journals that or articles that we gone through? And I am writing the paper on the basis of that secondary sources. I mean those online articles. So, it should I consider the thing as my primary source,
Yes,
or should I consider it as my secondary source?
if you are directly accessing that journal, because nowadays we used to go with the electronic format only. So if you are directly accessing that
Yes.
journal and from there you are referring it, it can become the primary source. Just the another example, what I have quoted here, that is the secondary source.
Okay.
This one,
And
the
sir, the books,
paper
those
what I
are
have quoted to
available
you.
over.
Pardon, ma'am? Can you see this author?
Just
Yeah. This for me,
yes.
these are the second lesson until I go through their paper. Okay, ma'am? So once if
Okay,
you are
sir.
not
Okay,
directly
sir.
accessing that information, that becomes the secondary. Means if the information is being directly accessed, it's primary. And if it is taken by some site which is already been published, becomes the secondary source. Just like any statistics provided by any of the website government, they all become the secondary source of information. Okay?
Okay, okay, sir. Okay, and sir, the e-books we access, basically the Google books, that would be the part of, again, the part of the reference, like a few pages I have read and I feel that
Yes.
those things are very relevant.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
You can use it.
so,
No problem. See, some contents are
okay,
easily
okay.
available
Sir,
in
thank
case
you
of
so much for giving.
Google Doc. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Any other query, participants?
So one more example I would like to quote. Yes, I have gone through some of the data which was published earlier related to 1825 to 1895. Quite obvious, nobody was there. So it's more than about 140 or 50 years data, maybe near about 200 years. So that work has been published by someone else. It was been cited somewhere by 1920. And later on, it was recited somewhere in the 1970s. Again, it was been recited in the year 2020. So ultimately, it becomes the part of bibliography. So once we are quoting the latest author, that is who published in 2020, and there it can be come in the form of footnote, the original work which was been published by the ex author in the year such and such. So that can be a part of footnote, or even you can acknowledge at the end in the form of referencing. Acknowledgement can be also there in referencing. Yeah. Any more?
May I ask one question,
Yes.
sir? What is the difference between like H10 and I10 index?
H index and I index. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. This is not associated by my topic, but definitely I will help you out.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay,
this all there are the various agencies who used to provide the ranking for it. So it basically, one index provides you the number. They are in the two format. One is the authors index and second is the journal index. So it simply quoted the number of times that website is been accessed. So that comes under part of it, and that is the part of H index or maybe I index. Second thing, similarly for the author, the number of times your paper has been cited by the others becomes the part of the H index or I index. Let me share you my own material. Please allow me. Okay. So this is my updated H index value and I10 index value. These are the quoted by the various different agencies. This is the overall score updated till last month. Total 114 citations of my work has been taken care. Either it has been published in the form of hard printouts or maybe uploaded to the various resources, online resources. The number, it has been calculated. There is a specific methodology. Due to time constraint, I can't discuss much more about it. So there is a specific methodology, and this is my H index, and this is I10 index, that is 2, and this is 4. So as higher is this index, it is to be considered the more and more your work to be very more important or the prominent. So this is a trend which is normally all big organizations now talks upon. What is your H index, I index? So for that, it is necessary to get a work been published through some online sources. That is most important. So this is the way your value in terms of research or reference terms is being calculated.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Any further? Okay, ma'am. So we can continue.
It gives me immense pleasure to deliver vote of thanks for today's session. On behalf of Santhidaram Girls College, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to an esteemed resource person, Dr. Deepak Agrawal. Sir, thank you very much, sir, for giving valuable information regarding citation, reference style, in-text citation, plagiarism, footnote, broadcast, etc. Sir, today we have here your thoughts, and this will surely encourage young minds to take interest and have shown new path in the field of research. We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence, sir.
Thank you so
Our
much.
heartfelt thanks to all the participants for their active participation. Once again, thanks to all for making today's session successful. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. In the group, I will be sharing my email in case of any queries. You can just put over there, or you can send an email to me. So, or you can directly communicate to me too also. As per the availability, I will try to help you out as it is possible. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.